Our next talk is, I am getting there, okay. Teachers as Researchers Meeting the Challenges by Luz Libia Rey, the Centro, another Colombian, yes, bravo. Centro Colombo Americano in Bogotá. Luz Libia Rey received her BA in Philology and Languages and her MA in Linguistics from the, come on up, I'm sorry, I started without you up here, yeah. From the Universidad Nacional de Colombia, and she has over 20 years of experience teaching English to all levels of students and all ages, as well as training teachers. She is currently the academic director at the Centro Colombo Americano Bogotá, and Luz Libia is the co-author of the book Maximize Your English Study, published by Pearson Educación de Colombia. So we are so pleased to have Luz Libia with us, and we just need to get her set up. So just a moment, please. Well, while we're waiting, I just need to tell you that tomorrow, and let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday and Thursday, we will no longer be in the Sam Houston room for breakfast. We'll be moving across the hall to another room, and I forgot the name of it, but anyway. It's across from, directly across. What was it? No, it's not Dallas. It starts with an H, but anyway. I'll figure it out. And the reason is because the room that we were in only holds 200 people, and since we from Latin America tend to stay at the tables a little while longer, which is no problem, they're going to move us to a bigger room. Okay? So that's Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll move to another room on Friday and Saturday because they have a lot of movement in the hotel now. So that's for tomorrow. In the what? That's in the Hidalgo room, which is the name of the street our school is on. So I don't know how that slipped my mind, but yeah, the Hidalgo room.
Hello, let me try this. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, perfect. I hope it doesn't fall. Okay. So first of all, a little introduction with a video recently made by our new general director. It was one of the projects is making the Colombo look upbeat with the changes of times. So we have a little video for you to see what our Colombo looks like now. Thank you for staying this late today. I know having the last session is not as easy. You don't have the energy that you had at 9 a.m., but thanks a lot for staying. Well, as they already mentioned, I'm the academic director, and one of my main goals since I started being the director in 2011 was to start a process of action research with our teachers. In the past, we had done maybe some work with teachers in terms of researching or following processes on this area, but it was not very effective. So today I'm going to share with you the challenges that any of the binational centers may encounter when leading a process of this kind. Okay? So first of all, We're going to talk about We're going to talk about, well, the binational center statement, because it has to come from the institution with a project like this one. The challenges that we had, defining and following a process with, in this case, 128 teachers doing action research, and the strategies that we had to build or come up with to face those challenges. So as I said, we have a large population of teachers. We are just in Bogota. We have 4 branches. We have 248 teachers in all our programs. We start with practitioners. We have 4 of the main universities sending teachers that are studying to become teachers to do the practicum at the Colombo. So those teachers are our practitioners. They work in the Kids and Teens program. We also have junior teachers, our undergraduate students who may not have the level to be our teachers yet, but they come into the Colombo to work in our support units. They work in the multimedia labs, in the libraries, and they help us, and at the same time, they learn about the programs at the Colombo. We have the program teachers who are working with kids, teens, adults, blended programs, online courses, etc. And we have a team of supervisors for all those teachers. Those are teachers who have become model teachers. Most of them have master's degrees, and they become the leaders of the whole team of teachers. So that's the population. So as I said, they are undergrad. Some of them are undergrad, the ones that come from junior and practitioners. Some others are studying their master's programs. And then we have those who are in between, those who finished their undergraduate long time ago, and they haven't been actually doing any research lately, or those who, I guess, like in your institutions that have been there forever, and they don't really want to do much after they have worked at the Colombo for more than 20 years. So all those teachers, 128, are now in this process of action research. They are at different levels. Some of them are just defining the area of expertise they want to research about. Others are taking workshops with us on how to do this. Others are submitting their action research proposals or doing it again until they finally get accepted, piloting data collection tools, collecting data, and sharing the results in general. So this is the picture of what our 128 teachers are doing right now in terms of research. But we're going to move on to why the Colombo Americano Bogotá is doing this. But first of all, we see teachers as professionals. We don't have, and we're proud to say, but at the same time it's not a marketing strategy, we don't have any native speakers of English in Bogotá. We only have, and we're proud, teachers who studied to be teachers. So teachers are professionals. So what do they want? We want our teachers to work in their field of study. We want them to be excellent teachers, and that's why we hire them for that reason. We want our teachers to carry out reflection and to practice in the area of research in their own studies. And we want them to keep looking for professional opportunities. That's why we have a lot of teachers, around 50, are right now taking master's programs, because we encourage them to continue learning. So that's the X-ray of our population. Now, before I continue with the challenges and strategies, I want you all to reflect first alone. If you are a teacher, think about how confident you feel about doing research. If you are an administrator, what percentage of your teaching population is ready at this moment to start an action research project? So first, reflect on your own, then with the partner next to you, share your reflections. And think about those shortcomings for doing action research in your institutions. Go ahead, take a few minutes, please, and talk about it. Okay. Okay, I think I know that you would like to discuss a little bit more, but I think it's time for you to give me at least one of the challenges. Do you think your teachers are ready? Those of you who say yes, are they ready for taking into, yeah, one here, maybe two? Not many people think their teachers are ready. How about the challenges? Why aren't they ready? I overheard over here you were talking about maybe they don't know how to, maybe some do because they studied at university. What would be other issues that would prevent those teachers from starting research projects? Okay, Gloria, what do you think? Singled out. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so they need a little push. That's what you're trying. Okay. What else? What would be other issues? What other issues did you find in your conversations that maybe prevent those teachers from starting? Over here, the Colombian table. What do you think? Colombia, Venezuela. Time. Okay, it's a big constraint. Time and money. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, so time, money, and interest, and lack of interest. Anything else you want to share, Ana Silvia? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
for this to be a more active situation in the teachers group, in the academic department, and the praise when it happens.
Okay. Yeah. Teachers not feeling confident. Another comment?
Also, main element is inspiration.
Okay.
They have to have that internal inspiration, and we have to guide them. So it's important that they believe in what they're doing, so they can start that action. So I
Okay.
think it would be that we believe in themselves and what they're doing.
Okay. Thank you. Well, we're going to hear it from teachers. So we're going to watch a short video of two of my teachers. They were conversing about why action research and what it entails. Go ahead.
Well, from my experience at the university, my undergraduate program and now my master's program, I sometimes thought that research was something sometimes not really meaningful, and that you just do it because you want to get your proposal or your research published, and more like for I don't know, improving your CV or for other reasons, different reasons other than really polishing and improving your teaching practice. With the experience this year in action research, like coaching my teachers, I see that they now feel more empowered for taking action and doing something in order to help their students and of course to grow professionally and personally. What they are doing now is what we usually do as teachers. We try out new things in our classes, but what we are lacking sometimes is that we are not very systematic. And now what they are doing is making everything, all this process, formal. And I think that's very positive, and I see that the proposals they are coming up with are really insightful and are going to be an asset in our program and of course in their professional development.
Research, I thought it was something I would do when I was older and I just kept putting it off and putting it off. But then in time I noticed we're always doing it. We teachers always reflect on our practices. We're always trying to make positive changes in order to help our students improve our teaching practice. I think the key word is empowering. I mean, empowerment. Is that a word? Empowerment?
Empowerment, yeah.
Meaning teachers get empowered to start making their own decisions, to start being. Because sometimes we're so used to following, what other people tell us to do, and like sticking to the script. But when you start seeing that as a teacher you have a lot to give to your students, you have a lot to say, and when you do it in a more formal way than just gut feeling, that's actual research. That's what it is.
Okay. So they are fearful at first. They don't know what to do. Some of them have done it because it's a requirement for university, but not really meaningful. Or they may think that it has to be something big, that research is something that only big authors do. But when they notice that action research is basically doing what they do, trying out new things in the classroom, validating what they do with a large group or a large population, then they see that it's not that difficult. Well, that's something that we need to always think about when we start the process, that teachers need to be motivated, that teachers need to know what they are doing in terms of research. Okay, it's not an easy road, and it's not something that happens overnight. We started in 2005, we started just planting the seed in our teachers' minds. So what we did was basically we started reading a lot about research, sharing our understanding. We sent our teachers to conferences, and they reported back what they learned in those conferences. They reported about other institutions, what they were doing. We gave them also some seminars on how to write, because, well, I don't know in other countries, but in Colombia it's one of the weaknesses. Our teachers do not know how to write in English very well, so they are afraid of reporting and writing. So we provided them with some writing seminars. We also helped them with workshops in general, but that was like for 5 years, that was all they did, just looking around what other people were doing. Then, in 2011, when I started, we brought people to train our mentors, our supervisors, in the art of action research. So we spent 2 years working with our team to help them learn how to do it. Then we created some workshops, 2013 and 2014, and we delivered those workshops to our teachers. And in 2015, in our symposium, we have a Colombo symposium, our teachers presented their previews, like preliminary results. That's what they presented, and they shared their experiences with other teachers. Once we did that, we fixed the workshops, and we decided to put the workshops fully online to avoid the problem of time, meetings, etc. But I'm going to talk about that more in detail. So the first challenge, who leads the process if we are all busy? Academic director has 100 things to do. The coordinators of the different branches do as well. Well, we needed to create time for research. So everybody in the institution is now involved in the process. So our coordinators they have master's degrees, they have the experience researching. We have the team of supervisors that I mentioned before. We got volunteer teachers from those who have finished their masters who are doing this work as well. And we got help from the American Embassy. We got the English language fellow. So now we have a fellow every year, and one of the tasks of this fellow is to help us with the research process. So that's something that the embassy can help us with. So, problem number 1 solved. Now, when? When will teachers meet if they are as busy as we are? We had different strategies. The first one was to create these workshops, and we had monthly meetings. We had 7 workshops, 7 months in the year. We met once. So the supervisor would meet with a team of 6 teachers. They would deliver the workshop, and they would go over some tasks that we assigned those teachers. Unfortunately, it was not as successful because still, even though it was once a month, teachers didn't have the time, or they had different schedules. Some worked only on Saturdays, some others worked only in the morning, so it was difficult to meet. So then we created online communities to have all the content and to have the workshops there for teachers to work at their own pace. We have an example of the online community. We work with We work with Schoology, online communities. Are you familiar with Schoology? Yeah, so we put all the information there. This is our former fellow, Teresa Troyer. She helped us create this really nice LMS in a way so that teachers could attend the workshops online. They had all the content there. We could share, if you're interested, we could share a little bit this process. And it helped us a lot because then teachers could meet. They had no excuse. They could meet at any time, and they could work really, really nicely with this. Okay. We also asked our teachers to take advantage of online courses. Yale University has free courses on writing skills, research in general. In Coursera also, you can take courses. Udemy, there are plenty of places that you can visit and you can take online courses on how to develop an action research plan. So those are some examples. Now, the knowledge. Defining like getting a common understanding of what action research is. It's another challenge. So what we did was we created study groups, like communities of practice. So we would talk amongst different groups on what action research was. I don't know if you have them, but I'm sure BNCs have let's say, development sessions throughout the years with your teachers, meeting with teachers. So we took advantage of those times to meet with teachers and discuss about action research. And of course, extensive reading on the matter. Challenge number 4 is about the resources. Where can I read? I have my library director here. He helped me with this strategy. He started asking teachers about books to buy for the library. We have a very, very good library on this topic. He has bought, I don't know how many volumes of action research and research in general. And he also helped us with JSTOR, the online database. So come Pedro. Pedro is going to share a little bit from there.
From a couple of years ago, Luz Libia and I have been working on this. Because a lot of the BNC libraries focus specifically on their students and material for their students. What we said is we need to make a core collection for our teachers and start bringing our teachers to do research in their own BNC libraries. So that's one of the big things that I try to promote the library is it's the research library for any English teacher in the city. And that's how I'm trying to position my library in the city. So it's the place to do research if you're an English teacher. That's how I'm selling the library. With Luz Libia, we've been doing this, like she said, I've been buying a lot of material just for teachers, and with the specific BNC teachers, using the online databases and eLibrary USA, please use eLibrary USA. I always will promote eLibrary USA, like they said earlier today and this morning. The State Department does spend a lot of money on that web page, and it's there, it's ours to use. Not everybody knows it. I mean, teachers really don't know how to use them. Every time you say it's a pool of different databases, unless you just sit a teacher with you and just show them what you can do with JSTOR. It's amazing, and that's what I've been trying to do. So I get individual teachers, ask them what their research is about, and as a librarian, as a researcher, helping them find the material they need.
Okay, thank you. So you can partner with your library director and work on this project together. Now, how to make the process practical and effective, because that's another important thing. Well, first of all, you need to get support from the experts in the field. So again, once again, the English language fellow that the American Embassy can provide you with. We asked through a grant request, we asked for money to bring an ELT specialist, and we brought Dr. Barbara Noel to give us all this training to mentors that I mentioned earlier. Also, the publishing houses, they provide us with authors for our symposium, and we asked specifically for the ones that are experts in action research. So you don't have to invest, let's say, in terms of money. It's not like it's going to cost you more. You can use all the possibilities that you have at hand. And, well, you also need to put something from you. We designed the workshops based on the experience that we had with these experts in the field. So these are the workshops that we are leading at this point with our teachers. So starting from understanding what action research is, identifying a teaching problem, because it has to come from the classroom. It doesn't have to be something too esoteric that they are not going to know. It's something that happens in the day-to-day. So they are identifying that. Writing a research question that is not a yes-no question that you answer immediately. It's something that is going to have an impact. Reading about it, the literature review is really important. Planning how to collect data. Doing a research design, when you're going to do it, how many students you're going to include or incorporate in the process. Putting all the pieces together before you actually collect data, analyze data, synthesize data, and then tell the story. nice and briefly. Okay, so these are the ones that we have online in Schoology, and these are the ones that our teachers take. Well, some of the topics that our teachers have been working on. It sounds very, very nice. The incidence of MAL, which is Mobile Assisted Language Learning, use on grammatical accuracy in speaking tasks in basic level classes. Now, it sounds really formal. Is the use of the telephones, recording device in the telephones while they are interacting, and then providing feedback to each other after listening to the conversation. Because sometimes we don't have the time, and teachers shouldn't be doing all the assessment. Students should do it as well. So he studied that and how it affects or it influences the results. And the other teacher was working with the IPA, so teaching students how to read the IPA and use it with dictionaries, and then keeping a portfolio on pronunciation and how it makes a big difference in students' performance, oral performance. So those are some of the topics that our teachers are working on. I mentioned this earlier. Our teachers do not have the skills to write in English. So what to do? We look for models. There are a lot of models in books, finding, action research models, reflective memos, research proposals, reports, and also offering workshops with the specialists and the experts. So once they are done with all that, they need a community of practice to share these results. So first, inside, in our professional development sessions, they had mini fairs, mini action research fairs, and they shared the study and the results. We had the Colombo Symposium, which is a bigger event with other universities from Bogota. And we have also sponsored our teachers. That's the money that we invest is sending teachers to conferences. So if they have done all the work at the Colombo, they represent us in different conferences. So these are some of the ones that our teachers have attended. They went to TESOL, Peru. They went to, ASOCOPI, which is our national conference. They went to Costa Rica to APTI. Yeah? They also went to Chile with the Action Research conference that happened this year. So this really motivates teachers. If they see that the whole process has this outcome, they definitely want to participate. What's next for us? Next year is our 75th anniversary. Yay. So, of course, we're going to have a Colombo Symposium. We are going to have a lot of international presenters, and we're going to have some of our teachers present their research projects there and their research work. We're going to print our first action research journal, also for our 75th, with the articles of all these teachers that have been working on this. And we're going to look for grants for teachers to get some money to do research. There is one project, yes, please, with the British Council. The British Council has a scholarship, for an award, better, for teachers in action research. So anyone can participate. You just have to fill out the application form and participate, and they have £1,000 for a project that is done on action research in the classroom. So there is plenty of things that you can do, and this is what I wanted to share with you. It's not an easy process, but it's really valuable, and it has a lot of rewarding moments. Okay? So the next one, and that's it. So if you want to know a little bit more about research, there's our 2 books that you need to read, Dr. Donald Freeman and Dr. Ann Burns. They are the experts, the gurus about action research. And that would be all for now. Thank you very much. So if you want to contact, I'll be at your service. Okay.
Does anyone have any questions for Luz Libia? No? I don't know. Maybe she can visit.
I can visit.
The director says maybe not even visit. A lot of work. Okay, Luz Libia, this is for you.